Hey, everybody, it's Friday night. Time for our virtual campfire. We got the marshmallows cooking behind us, and we've got our refreshments. Happens to be water, but hopefully you've got something better than water. And I hope you brought a dish to pass because it's time to hang out at the campfire. Wow, lots of you with us tonight, and it's pretty exciting to see a bunch of you waiting on this Good Friday. We are delighted to see you here. Phyllis was on first. She got here an hour early to get the first comment, and she reminds us here that if you have a question, to type that in caps at the start of whatever it is you're typing. If you have a comment, type that. That way, as we get going, and we get a lot of comments on there and questions, we can sort them all out. For example, like E Squared says hi, and he's in cold Canton, Michigan. And he means the name of the town is Canton. It's just cold there because right now in Michigan it's about 41 degrees.
Doesn't sound very cold.
Well, you know what the temperature here today was? Well, today it was cooler today. It was 78, only up to 78 today. So, KK Kayak, bless us Good Friday from Monticello, Wisconsin. Judy Judy Lee from Indianapolis wishes everybody a safe and happy Good Friday and an Easter holiday, unlike any that we've ever seen in this country before. Hello and happy Easter from West Virginia. We were scheduled to go to the Tulip Festival in Michigan until it was canceled. We enjoyed your video on the festival. Gosh, that was, I think, a year
A
ago.
year ago. It was so much fun. Next
We,
year.
yeah. Gosh, it's hard to believe that that's canceled because we just take it for granted that the Tulip Festival is canceled. That just hits hard. Um, yeah, this is like a month and a little over a month now that many of us have been on restricted travel. And I think this is our fourth virtual campfire since we started doing these, since nobody's allowed really to go any place for travel, fun travel in the RV. So, but it's just sometimes it hits me like that, like realizing the Tulip Festival, which they have every year in
The
Holland,
tulips
Michigan.
came up, but the people
Yeah,
weren't there.
yeah. Well, hopefully somebody will get some pictures.
Hmm.
Uh, there's Life Interrupted is out in the Arizona desert where the cactus are about ready to bloom if they haven't already. And Dylan wants to know how COVID-19 is doing with you guys. We have a video coming tomorrow. Our RV lifestyle under lockdown, and we still spend a little time in the RV. We don't go anywhere in it, but we spend time in it. We'll have a video tomorrow.
Well, actually, should I say what you suggested the other day that we go do a food pickup
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the RV? And I said, bad idea, Mike,
yeah,
because we have Michigan license plates. We're in Florida. In an
yeah,
RV, I said, mm-mm.
yeah, yeah,
You're thinking photographs,
yeah.
but not going to happen.
Yep, we were, and we were going to go. Actually, we were going to do a little video on it. How you can use your RV and get takeout food because most places allow takeout. But there is, as we've been saying for a few weeks, and it is increasing. I keep getting reports from other RVers who've had some negative experiences now as they've traveled and they've been in other places. There's a resentment about people, and we felt it last night. Us here, not that we've had any resentment. We got resentful because we've been following the no unnecessary travel and social distancing. Yeah, we're here in Okaloosa, Florida, Okaloosa Island, Florida. That's where we are at our condo. And every night at dark, we take Bo for a walk. And we were walking one of the side streets here off the Gulf. And lo and behold, we came upon a house. They had
10
about
cars.
10 cars. And I looked inside because you could see inside. There must have been 15, 20 people, more maybe even. And they're all shoulder to shoulder, closer than that, sitting together around a table. And they're all having a party. And
And they were so funny because the couples were coming and they had their brown paper bags, you know, and they were hurrying as fast as they could go, like nobody would see them. But, the dead giveaway was 10 cars,
yeah.
double parked in the driveway and out in front.
So I got resentful of that. I mean, we're following the rules. We don't want to catch this thing. And these people clearly weren't. And we talked to some friends in Michigan who were going to go have a family gathering tomorrow in Michigan. You're not supposed to do that anywhere. And, and as long as everybody follows the rules, it's great. But when they don't, People are going to get
Well,
ugly.
my favorite is a post that Kathy Chanteau put up that said, I feel like a kid in grade school when we couldn't go out for recess because two of the kids broke the rules.
Yeah. Yep. Uh, our friend Dylan says he's watching Traveling Robert stream right now. Robert does his video every Friday night. We've just done ours. We've just added this a month ago. We normally run every Sunday night, and we will be Easter Sunday too. We were going to take both of these weeks off, and we normally would have, but since we're all home, or we should be, and some of you tell us that you like this, that this helps you feel connected and stuff to other RVers and the lifestyle. So we'll be here Sunday too with our regular Ask Us Anything. Love doing it. Jim is up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Happy Easter! Thanks for hosting this virtual event and bringing us together. Nobody's commenting yet on our fire picture behind. We got our green screen up. I don't know what'll happen when the sun goes down and the ambient light in this room changes, and it might get a little pixelated, as they say. But hey,
We'll find out.
yeah, that's fun. Daniel is in Michigan. Edward Varga says no campfire on on this solemn day. Hope to be online on Sunday. Carla and Ron at Overland Park, Kansas. And let's see, we've got Joan in Lake Lula, Georgia. I don't know where Lula, Georgia is. We know Georgia pretty well. So hi to you, Joan. Let's see. Ron is in New York. What are you doing for Easter? Asked Paul Goodwin. I was hoping for ham.
No, it's just going to be the two of us.
What are we going to have for Easter?
If I don't get something out, we're going to have the same thing that we had tonight.
Spencer's chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chicken.
We showed you. Was it last week we showed you a
The recipe. Yeah.
Yeah. This week she had a new recipe. I want to know what you cooked. And I said, where did you get that dish?
Out of the newspaper. I've had it for so long. I don't know if it was the news or the Free Press, but I think it was the
News or
news.
the
I think it was
Free
the
Press?
Detroit News.
And it said it was called Spencer chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been from somebody named Spencer, maybe.
Yeah, somebody.
So what is
named
it?
Spencer.
It's noodles.
It's just white meat.
White meat chicken.
And you take a can of tomato soup. Everybody will like this. A cup of beer, a teaspoon of curry, half teaspoon of oregano, onions. Cook the onions, and just put it all together. Let it simmer for 10 minutes. Pour it over chicken. Bake it in the oven for an hour.
So
Make some noodles. It was easy.
So since this is a virtual campfire, we invite you to have some of Jennifer's virtual Spencer's chicken, and make sure you put a little Parmesan on it too.
Mm-hmm.
It
Parmesan helps.
Yeah, it's really good. So that's what we're eating Easter Sunday,
We
probably
might.
too. Some leftovers.
We might. I don't know if I want to go to the store.
We
have to go to the store tomorrow. If we're gonna eat
we
something
were
different.
last at the store on Monday.
Yeah.
And we go together, and we have a little list before we go in, and we just try to go in. One takes some stuff, and we divide that list up, and we just go get what we need as fast as we can to get out. So that's our plan.
Ready, set, go.
Yep. Oh, good. Life Interrupted brought some peanut butter cookies.
Ooh,
I
that
love
sounds
those.
good. I was thinking about baking some cookies.
Oh, don't tease me like that, woman.
Make snickerdoodles.
No, it's the only cookie I don't like is snickerdoodles. I don't like those. I don't know why.
I know, and molasses cookies. You don't like molasses either.
Terry says, sing a song, please.
Oh, you're getting a song tomorrow.
I'm a little embarrassed about that. That video is already ready to go. It's already being processed. But yeah, we did a video on.
You're going to tell them?
I'm not going to give them all the details, but yes, I do sing in that song, in that video.
Well, that'll be enough to have of our kids. If they're listening, they won't tune in.
They will not tune in. Anyway, that'll be in our video. It comes out tomorrow. RV Lifestyle Under Lockdown. And it's kind of the second one we did because we're out here. And we'll see where it goes from there. But pretty good. Hey, let's see. Nice to see you joined Instagram. To follow Bo. He has a growing page. Love his pictures. Yes, we announced that last
How can I
Sunday.
compete with Bo?
Well, let me give everybody, that's Bo's Instagram account. And he is very active. He's pushing 500 subscribers already in less than a week. We announced it Sunday. And Bo, the RVL count on Instagram. And mine is out there. Mine, of course, has been RV Lifestyle Mike. But
You have 9,000 something?
I'm
What do you have?
almost. We're just shy
Okay.
of 10,000.
Okay. Now,
But
do I have one?
you just went live today. How
I
can you
know. Do
have?
I have one
I
like
think you
you?
last time I checked, you had like you had. Let me get yours on there. You had 7 when I checked. You just went live today. You just posted your first picture.
Well,
Okay, Jennifer wants everybody else's off, and she wants you all to follow her because she just went live. She posted her first picture today. So all 3 of us, Jen, me, and Bo, now have Instagram and pages, and we have had so much fun interacting with everybody. You know what I like about Instagram?
no.
I like it that everybody on Instagram. Can I put everybody else's up there? Come on, I can put.
Well,
I can
you
put.
gave yourself a little bit of a lead. I mean,
Okay.
you're like 9,000
Yeah, yeah.
something,
And then we went to both,
9,600
but
or
that's all
something.
of ours. But what I really like about Instagram is there's none of the bitter politicking that you see like on Facebook. Because on Facebook, I mean, I love it. We have a great Facebook group, where everybody helps everybody, but there's still a lot of people who just, they just want to yell and argue and get political, and I don't see that on Instagram. And so, because we share stories and photos and pictures, but
Give them time.
yeah, give them time. They probably will. So you've got Bo the RVL count. You got me at MikeRVLifestyle.com, and I'll take me off. And then you got Bo came on last Sunday, and we're trying to get him to 500. Bo really wants 500. But Jen just came on today with her very first picture, and she's looking for some follows. So, and you will answer them. You answer the post. You comment. So I'll share it later. So check it out. Hey, look who's watching us tonight. Our friend Ken Mickelson. Ken is one of our pals at the dog park. And he is the father of Princess, who is on Bo's Instagram account. That's Bo's girlfriend, Princess.
Hmm.
And we usually see Ken every morning out there at the dog park in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Well, it's not closed. Most of the other parks are closed, but they leave that open for the dogs, and it's become our major outing of the day. so Ken, it's a shout out to you. Say hi to Princess for us. Knit Pearl says, good evening. Nice to see you. Joined Instagram to follow Bo. He has a growing page. Love his pictures. Are you
You
getting
can't
jealous?
compete with Bo.
Yeah.
Bo's about as cute as they get.
I know. And he's getting really quite greedy about it. Cindy needed a new window for our Leisure Travel Ban FX. Only took 2 weeks. While Leisure Travel Van's production is stopped for at least another 2 weeks because of the shutdown, the virus shutdown. Their parts department is open, and so is, I think, their sales department. So you can check all that out, Cindy. Good for you. Good evening to Julie. Tom brought some jelly beans to the virtual campfire. He's in Bend, Oregon tonight. Hi, Tom. Our friend Renee back in Michigan raced out of online church to be here. Well, you got to watch. You got to stay in church. Did you bring anything to the fire, Renee? We need some. I mean, our marshmallows are toasting pretty good, but hope you all brought some virtual food. I need some popcorn. That's what we've been talking about lately.
Well,
Aren't
if
you hungry
next
for
time,
popcorn?
no, I'm
We'll
not
get
a
it. We're gonna have.
popcorn eater.
If we're here next Sunday, we'll get, and we will be. We'll get a bowl of popcorn, but just promise me it's not virtual popcorn. It's real popcorn. And
If next time we go to Publix, we
yeah,
can get some
I'll get.
popcorn.
Megan is on the central coast of California and joins the campfire tonight, as does Shauna Kraft. And Mark says, good evening. This is his first time. Hey, Mark, great to have you with us. Pull up a chair. Is the RV Lifestyle planning to visit Toronto, Canada sometime soon? We get up that way every year, usually a couple of times. But Dylan, we've lost all this travel time over the last 6 weeks. Now, we still have a pretty robust travel season planned. We were supposed to be leaving tomorrow. That was our plans, leaving here in Okaloosa Island tomorrow and heading to Texas and then New Mexico and then Arizona for the Super B RV show, which is usually held in mid-April all the time. But we aren't going now. And we do have other plans, for the summer for traveling, but we usually get up that way. Hey, I should mention, I'll put details in our newsletter. The Super B show is not, they've canceled the in-person show, but they're going to try something really new. They're going to try an online RV show, a virtual RV show, and I'll have some details on that. They're going to do it through a Facebook event page. It will run. I think it opens next Thursday, and it will go all the way through the end of the month. They will have a different RV, a small motorhome that they will feature and show. They'll have one of their salespersons practicing social distancing, the only one in the RV, will go and he'll show all the features. And then they'll take questions and stuff from people about it. And this will be interesting. So we wish that. That's our friends at La Mesa RV are doing that. And I'll have details in the newsletter that we release on Monday and how you can sign up for that, or you can take in and that's gonna be interesting to see how a virtual RV show goes. So
I think people will like that.
yeah, I do. Greetings from Charles in Dayton, Ohio, and Nita. Thank you, Nita. She likes that campfire picture we got behind us tonight. Sherry is out in rainy California. Nancy Jenkins up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, a friend. She's here every week. Hi, Nancy. Happy Good Friday from Medicine Hat. Marty Santic is in Webster, Florida tonight. Karen Larson, happy Easter in Killeen, Texas. Let's see. Hello from Annapolis Royal in Nova Scotia from the TC Ambassadors. And another West Virginia mountaineer named Steve is here. Tom says Tiffin just announced on Instagram that they're opening manufacturing back up on April 14th. Tiffin is in red I don't know,
I
red
would've said
something.
Georgia.
No, they're in not that's we're thinking of Red Top Mountain in Georgia, but they're in red something, Alabama.
Oh, that's
Tiffin
right.
Motorhomes.
Alabama. Why did I say Georgia?
It's red something or other. I can't remember it right now. Hello from Sacramento, California. Went out of the house to the store for the first time in 21 days. Stocked up and good for another few weeks. Glad everyone was respectable and social distancing. Yeah, we went Monday. We have to go probably next Monday again for a little while, but we'll go quick.
That's good for me because I'm used to going to the store every other day.
Norman is in Minnesota tonight. AJ is at the Campfire. He's in Monterey, California. Doug Fox checks into the virtual campground from North Carolina. And Bill, have you heard from Camp Skunk? Have not, Bill. Don't know what happened. I think, we've kind of gone to all kinds of RVs, and he's pretty specific towards the road trek. So not sure what's going on with him. Colleen Pura up in the beautiful Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Marquette, Michigan.
12 inches of snow. Boy, would Bo love that.
Don't let Bo hear that. I think I would like that.
I would too.
You
I could
know,
use some snow.
We are so fickle. Here we are in this gorgeous weather down here in Florida. I mean, we've had the most spectacular month. Temperatures pushing 80, a nice breeze. The Gulf has looked beautiful. Even though we can't get out on it, you'll see in tomorrow's video, we're right next to it. So it's almost like being on it. I got the drone up, and I'll show you a drone view in the video tomorrow. We had a great weather, but I'm almost sick of hot weather. Isn't that terrible?
Well, I tend to melt in high humidity, so I'm not a humidity girl.
So Colleen and Dick's 12 inches of snow up there in beautiful Marquette. That's another reason we want to live in the UP, Colleen. We gotta find our spot out there. Ken is in New Jersey. There's somebody else. KK Kayak likes our campfire sign behind us. Robert from Ontario. Are you planning to meet Robert sometime? They're talking to each other. And love the green skiing campfire. Tried to send you my virtual campfire cartoon by your email. I got the first one that you sent me, but I didn't get this one. And Doug Murdoch still hunkered down. Hello in Wisconsin. Carrie Joe. And Pam and John in Omaha, Nebraska. Marty went to Walmart, had curbside pickup, bopped the trunk, and did not leave the car.
Well, that sounds like a good system.
We've had 2 meals out that we had here in Florida. This stretch of Florida where I have awesome restaurants.
And what, 80% of them are closed?
Yeah.
Maybe 85, maybe 90.
Pretty much. There are a bunch of them
couple
open for takeout only. and we went to one of our favorite places, and we love the fresh seafood they normally here. But because I think it's takeout, they're not getting the fresh fish that they get usually every day, and it wasn't up to snuff.
Everything was bad.
Everything,
Everything
yeah.
was like it was made a day or two before.
And I understand they're just hanging on, trying to get some business in. And then last night we had a Mexican dinner from a place that we like up the road in Shalimar, Florida, and that was pretty good.
It was excellent. I think it was better than if we'd eaten inside.
Can I talk about the margaritas?
Sure.
So if you're gonna have Mexican food, you gotta have margaritas, right? So how do they do that? Well, they give you a little plastic cup with the mix in it, and then 2 little tequila bottles. So they're sealed, so they're not selling you open alcohol, and then you just top them in, I guess. But anyway, it's still not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Um, Shana Kraft says there's a burn ban in South Carolina. Well, we're allowed to have our fire here. And I guess that includes virtual fires. Shana says, I'll be alone on Easter. I plan to have a sandwich, ham sandwich, devil's eggs, and green beans. Well, Shana, then come on over to the Ask Us Anything show, 7 o'clock Eastern time, Easter Sunday. We'll all have Easter Sunday together. And we'll be here again with another live stream as we do these virtual things. So when we quit traveling someday, we can keep doing these, I guess, right?
Probably.
Yeah. We get old and feeble and can't travel
I was
anymore.
just thinking that if life hadn't gone crazy, we would have been saying goodbye to our kids today.
Yeah.
Kids and grandkids.
They would have been down. We hope to
They would have
have
been
them
flying home today.
Yeah. They were going to come visit us for a week. And then as soon as they left, we were going to be traveling. But we'll be here at least, I think, through probably pretty much the end of April.
Every day we think we're going north, or we're going to stay.
We kind of want to go back to our Michigan home. I've got some stuff I can do there. I need to do, and plus I have. I think it'd be a good story. See how travel is.
Home.
Hey, you know what Nancy brought to the fire? She's
What?
working on lamb soaked in almond milk with cubed potatoes. Sounds good, Nancy. Chris Hall says, hope you guys are doing well. For Easter, we're having a spiral glazed ham. Oh, man, Chris. But since my adult son doesn't eat pork, we have to bake a chicken. Well, you get the best of both worlds there. And all you need is a little prime rib, and you'd be good to go. Mike Snow had our RV out this week to the local state park and home again. All services closed, but a nice walk in central PA. Most states have their parks are open, so you should be able to take your RV and day camp. And we just in the video tomorrow, you'll see a guy that we've noticed at the dog park that we go to every day. He brings his Class C in and parks it there and kind of just hangs out. And it's right. The beaches are closed, but there's a small little beach there for the dogs, so you can at least be on the water. And like this morning, we were there and saw porpoises and dolphins swimming right offshore, and it's just nice. It's really nice. So that's what you can do at your parks. If your parks are open for the daytime, take your RV, park in the parking lot, make a picnic out of it. And you
Now
can
in
have fun.
Michigan, we can still go to the parks, can't we? Or is everybody just confined to their house?
You can't camp. The camping's down.
I know you can't
You
camp.
can go to the parks.
You can drive your RV to the park.
Eileen White has a question about Michigan. She says, hey, have you camped at many state parks in the lower Michigan? Which one would be your favorite? We've camped at pretty much all of them, at least all the major ones. And I think our favorite is probably Muskegon State Park, don't you think? Hoffmeister Park near Muskegon. It's right on Lake Michigan. And it's just a great park. It's right near Grand Haven or South Haven, Grand Haven.
I was going to say the Porcupine Mountains.
Yeah,
as long as
she wanted the lower
there.
peninsula.
Oh, that's right, lower peninsula.
And the upper peninsula, we got a couple of them up there. It's hard
Right.
to choose. We got 3 of them up there actually.
Yeah.
We're like, but I think in the lower peninsula, we like probably Hoffmeister.
How about Tawas?
Tawas Point State Park on Lake Huron is a gorgeous state park. North of Alpena, I can't remember the name of the state park, but there's a really nice little state park there north of Alpena on Lake Huron. And what else do we like? We like the sand dunes, Silver Lake State Park over on Western Michigan. So there's a bunch of them. There's so many great places in Michigan to camp. Hey, here's a peanut butter keto cake this weekend.
Hmm.
That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Phyllis is pushing for Bo's uh, Instagram account. There's the address, instagram.com/Bo the RV lifestyle. So Bo's still going to be picking up subscribers. We got to get you some since you just started. In Virginia, Michael is having fresh oysters from Virginia Beach. Prestoni is in North Carolina. COVID-19 got me on two karaoke groups to sing. One is cool called Corona Cake on Facebook. So many talented, brave peeps. Lise, you probably don't want to see my video then tomorrow if you're a good karaoke singer, because I think my karaoke career begins and ends in about 8 seconds of that video tomorrow that we release. Hey, we got some roasted chicken with roasted zucchini, tomatoes, and onions from the Deanna Stock. So make a little room here at the campfire for them. Kate, you think the takeout food is a good idea? Lots of changing of hands and germs on the food before you get it. I know they need the business, but really, can't they cook for themselves for a month? We've wondered about that.
Yeah, I really wonder about it. And my daughter said, don't get a salad, heat with food.
Yeah.
And then I said to Mike, well, somebody could sneeze on your food, cough. I mean, most of the time they've got young kids working who probably are totally distracted by their cell phone or something. Yeah, I'm not real comfortable with takeout food.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are because they're not doing a lot of business at restaurants.
Yeah. It is kind of a thing. We had a Whataburger too
Oh,
earlier this week. And
that
usually they're really good, but that was not a good Whataburger. Now, you've liked them before, right? No?
once
Once? Oh, well.
depends on how hungry I am.
But I don't think we'll have a Whataburger for a while. So we like the Spencer chicken. Phyllis Kerr says, let's go follow Jennifer on Instagram. Jennifer's new Instagram page, I think she put her first picture up today, and you can find that at RV Lifestyle Jen, and that's her Instagram page. So we'll have some pretty fun. Happy to see you from Quartzside LTVA, safely separated by 300 yards from our neighbors. We'll stay positive till the end of April. I think that's the
right.
way everybody's saying. All right, end of April, but we got to have something change then. We hope. Lots of people at Quartzside, and that's become one of our favorite places when we think back about where we have been over the last couple of years. Last year in particular, we never thought we'd like Quartzside, and we just
Loved it out there. And
absolutely
perfect
loved it.
time of year because it was cool.
And most of the crowds, we went after the big show, so most of the crowds had gone, but we really
It
loved
was
it.
a big surprise.
Yeah.
You liked it.
Linda wants to know, how old is Bo?
Bo is 4.
Yep.
He's settled down a lot. He's not the wild, crazy pup he used to be.
He is not. Debbie Jones says, hello to you both. We're making turkey dinner for 10 people, mostly very seniors, and delivering them to each house in our road trek. Great reason. Well, see,
That is
we
wonderful.
RVers figure that out. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
I wish we were close to you, Debbie. That sounds pretty good. So
Sounds very good.
You're going to still be in your RV and do good for people and get some people some great Easter's dinner. Awesome. Hi, RV Lifestyle from Dylan. Do you miss being on the road? Yeah, we do. I mean, we love our condo here, and stop me if I've said this 50 times, but we always have new people. We're here. We came here, basically, we were going to get it ready for the rental season because we rent this out. It's part of our retirement income, and we wanted to rent it out and get it ready. And we were going to use the 1 week to have our son and his family come, and lo and behold, the rental season is gone. We've lost about half, if not more, of our rentals because of the travel restrictions. And our son couldn't come because of the travel restrictions. And we've ended up, I don't want to say stranded here because it's a wonderful place to be. But we had planned to actually, as we said earlier in the program, to leave tomorrow for a big trip to the Southwest. But hey, we didn't cancel that trip. We just postponed it. We will get out there. Hope you're doing well in sunny Florida. Nit says he's been following me and will follow Jennifer. So Jennifer, there's Jennifer's Instagram address.
Thank you.
Mark says, I have been looking at a leisure travel van for my wife and I. No kids. What model would you recommend? Mark, I don't know what to recommend. I mean, I don't know what your style of camping is. Certainly, you have two models essentially that right now you want to choose from. They make three, but there's only two they're building, and that is the Wonder, which is on the Ford Transit system chassis, and then there's the Unity, which is on the Sprinter chassis from Mercedes Benz. And both of those units have multiple floor plans. There's front twin beds, rear twin beds, a front Murphy bed, rear Murphy beds on the Unity. And on the Wonder, you've got front twins or back twins. And the
Murphy.
back twins can also be a Murphy, I think, on the Wonder too. I don't know if do
There are
they have
so
a,
many options. You
yeah.
have to, it'd be great if you could go see them all or go online, figure it out, look. But ideally, you get to go inside them.
Yep, yep. Hey, Mad Deli, you've doubled your subscriber
Woohoo!
rate. You're up to 14 subscribers now. That's great. Woody said he left Florida to come back to Michigan. Burr. Yeah.
Well, we
And
go back to Michigan. We know we're 2 weeks in the house.
yeah, they want you to self quarantine if you came from another state. In Wisconsin, Carrie Joe says the governor closed our state parks yesterday. We can't even hike in
Mm.
them or drive through, all thanks to vandalism and people not following social distancing. I got a note I just was reading earlier today. I don't know if I can call it up real quick, but it was sent by somebody who is going to be here tonight about Utah. And here it is right there. That this who sent me this? This came from I can't pull it up easily who sent it, but from Cindy. Thanks who it was. And Cindy said that travelers entering Utah are now required to fill out an online health survey when you enter the state. So as you're driving, you'll get a text message. Fill out this survey, and you've got to tell them where you've been, where you're going, who you are, what your symptoms on. There's a lot of intrusion with all this stuff. So that's in Utah now. So these restrictions keep coming, and in Michigan, in a couple of other states, they um, extended their emergency and they added a couple of things like if you have a second home, a lot of people in Michigan have up north homes. They like to go up north, and
Like Maine, people have camps.
yep, and in Wisconsin, the same thing, camps, and uh, you can't go up to your camp or your cottage in northern Michigan, your second home. And strangely, while the grocery stores are open, if that grocery store sells things like seed, like lettuce seeds, people are planting gardens now, peas, seeds like that, they can't sell those because they're considered non-essential, and a bunch of other restrictions
Like
that
you
just
can't buy a
seem
gallon of paint.
can't buy. Yeah,
You can only buy food or medicine, I believe. And I think that's everybody's had a month of being in lockdown and planting seeds. You could say you're teaching your kids or your grandkids how seeds germinate, and planting things outside. I think it's a hard thing for people to take right now because they've got cabin fever.
I think there
And when
must.
you start taking away more things, people start slightly going crazy.
Sure, and
But
I
I
mean,
understand why, because some people go in there and they're going to wander around for an hour trying to decide what seeds they're going to buy or if they're going to get a new pair of shoes or shorts for their kids, which the kids, you know how kids grow. They do need clothes. And meanwhile, maybe other people are lined up outside trying to get in. I understand where they're coming from, but I think it drives people a little over the edge.
yeah, and I do think that that's a big factor, and I think also, they don't want people going shopping just to kill time.
Right.
But on the flip side, not to be able to buy a gallon of paint. I mean, you've got a lot of time at home. You're supposed to be socially distanced. What if you want to remodel a room and paint a room? You can't
And
do
you know
that.
how you can never get whoever does the painting to paint, they don't have time? They might have time now.
But there got to be reasons for it, and,
And you
and people must have been
can't hire
abusing
somebody
it.
to cut the grass.
Yep. So I'm sure. Hey, welcome. First time at the campfire. Make room, everybody, for Philip Wilson and Lori from Maryland. They bought their RV last year and were about to take off for the road, but the virus shut them down for now. I like that, Philip, that you guys said for now, because you will be out there. So, meantime, welcome to our virtual campfire. Can I bring some Martian mellows? I don't know what
Hmm.
those are, Chris, but I'll take them. I'll take your word for it. Lace bought a glass of wine and some whole wheat taco chips.
Hmm.
Did you bring any dips? So somebody's got to have some guacamole for us here. Um, Nancy got us some popcorn from the microwave. Where's the s'mores? Well, they're right behind Jennifer there. Somebody's making a s'more right there. So we'll get some of those. And Jen's up to 33
Woohoo!
followers. You're on the
All
rise,
right, how
girl.
many did Bo get last week?
Bo
Of
got
course,
over.
Bo had about 9 pictures that were absolutely adorable.
Yeah,
How,
yeah,
who can compete with a puppy?
yeah, yeah. So that's good. Um, First timer from West Virginia brought some of their famous pepperoni rolls. Ooh, I like that. Hey, did I tell you that one of the activities here in Florida in the lockdown that you can do that's considering an essential activity? You know what it is?
No.
Golf. It's considered an essential
Everybody's
activity.
going to move to Florida.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I had 3 club trips with our loaners on wheels, but had to cancel. But you'll be back. They'll be doing those. You'll be out there this summer, and that's good. Hi from Portage, Michigan, from John. Did you see Michigan State Parks are now waiving reduced stay fees until October? That's good. That's good. Reduce those fees. Anna Berry, hope we can get back on the road before we forget how to drive. Renee says, good evening from Quebec. Please continue your good work. Well, thank you, Renee. Virtual hamburgers from AJ in Monterey, California at the Campfire. And let's see. Gary says, Gilmore Car Museum has a virtual car and a show tomorrow. Greetings from Marina, Arizona. I like the campfire in the background. And Linda's roasting virtual mini marshmallows on virtual toothpicks. Slow to brown up, though. I've never seen that. Amelia Island, Florida. Chris Hall's where he's checking in from. And KK's got the natural casing hot dogs. Uh, let's see. That's an old one. And do you think RV prices will increase this year, especially with the restrictions on international travel? Muriel, I do. Um, I think that there is such a demand right now for RVs. Most of the RV makers I know have backlogs, and then they shut down. And so those backlogs, they were working to fill them. But I know that there's some manufacturers. If you ordered a new one today, you wouldn't get it for 14 months. So add the last 6 weeks that most of the manufacturers have been shut down, and probably it'll be close to 2 months from that. Along with that, the manufacturers that stayed open ran out of parts as the parts suppliers were shutting down even quicker than the manufacturers. So when they all open up, there's a huge demand for parts, which are going to be hard to get. And those demands and the backlogs are going to increase, and they're not going to be able to produce as many units as they had hoped to produce this year. Therefore, that bottom line, and that's all most manufacturers care about, right? I mean, they're companies. I'm not faulting it. That bottom line will drop. So how do you get that money back up? You raise the prices. That's what I'm predicting will happen. Now, that's just the way I think it's going to go. I might be wrong. Similarly, I think that there'll be a big demand and top dollar paid for used RVs. So if you're trading in a used RV, you're going to get top dollar. For one thing, there's going to be a big demand for used RVs because people can't get new ones. And it's going to take a while for that supply chain and that whole system to come up online. All this is to say that there's going to be a huge demand for RVs. And if you can find one in stock and inventory at a dealer, you'll probably get a pretty good price, although they may not be as good a price as they were before all this began. But that's the law of supply and demand, right? We all know how that. You have a theory of why RVing is going to boom.
Well, I think that people are not going to want to go on cruise ships for a while. And I also think people aren't going to want to fly to Europe or South America or China or, wherever they had dreamed of taking a vacation.
Yeah.
Not
Uh,
for a while.
I don't think people want to go cruises either.
That's what I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
first, cruises.
yeah. Cruise. I meant cruises.
Yeah.
Uh, Red Bay, Alabama. That's where Tiffin is. Thank you. I knew I couldn't remember that. I'm going to get through here. And a lot of you saying hello, and I've been going right through there. Bev says, girl talk here. Jennifer, your hair looks especially nice this evening. You
Thank
are
you.
a talented beautician.
I went to a new person
Th-
right before the shutdown because it was 5 weeks for my hair, and I thought I better get in quick. And I was like biting my fingernails, and she was biting her fingernails. But I got in right before they closed everything up.
Hey, would you all make some room at the head of the campfire right here for Julie? Julie is from Montreal, and she is so right about this. They're enjoying a fondue dinner, which they think we Americans do not enjoy enough. You are absolutely right. We need more fondue. In fact, I think I need to get Chris to print out on our t-shirts more fondue. Hashtag more fondue. Thank you, Julie. Good idea. How are restaurants going to make it? Well, I've read lots of stories that many of them won't. Many of them won't. It's tough. 37 degrees in Alaska today. Would love our campfire, but it sounds like we'll be under a burn ban. I think starting May 1st. Can you imagine wildfires with the virus
Ooh,
raging? Yeah, that's not good. Nick's up in my favorite place, the UP of Michigan. Wish I was up there with you. Um, let's see.
you have to
You
tell us when you're the UP
change
what city you're in.
you change oil in your Sprinter more frequent than the manual recommends. I do. I change my oil about every 8 to 10,000 miles. I drive very hard and very fast, and oftentimes in hot weather. And I don't believe you can change your oil fast enough, so I do that, and it keeps going. DeFrost is having moose stew and tater tots for Easter. Shall I save you some? I've never had moose stew, so yeah, and I have had tater tots, so yeah, for all of that. Londonderry in Northern Ireland's checking in. It's nearly 12:30 there, past bedtime, but hey, there's no work tomorrow, so who cares? David, thank you so much for being with us, and you're in a beautiful country. That's on our one of the few countries that we have not been to, and I'd love to be in Ireland. And
I hope we can get there.
yeah, I do too. I got to find a way to go camping in Ireland, and so we're gonna look for
Actually,
that.
I think it sounds fun. You hear about people riding their bikes from point A to point B, and somebody takes their luggage ahead.
Yep.
Sounds good.
State parks in Lexington are closed.
Mm.
John mentions Ludington State Park, which is right here at the tip of the Michigan thumb on Lake Huron, right near Saginaw Bay. We like Ludington a lot. Oh no, Ludington. I'm sorry, Ludington's over
Yeah, you're
here.
on the wrong side there,
Yeah,
boy.
I'm sorry. Ludington is right here, right there, right near Muskegon. They're right there together. Enjoy that. What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking Caseville. Caseville is right here. Caseville State Park. That's a good one. Sleeper State Park's the official name of that one. Uh, Here's my dinner for Easter: a mini prime rib for one Sunday. Publix, £6.99 cheaper than steak. Gonna stay away from store. We've never cooked prime rib, have we?
No.
Well, there's always the first time.
Hmm.
Okay, lots of you talking about Ludington. It is a beautiful park. All right, I'm quickly going through here as we rush through. Lots of you talking about the weather and saying hi, and we really like it. Here's a question: why are Class B and B plus vans so much money than some A's? Because they are made so much better. I don't know how else to say it. Most of the A's are just a box belted on. And for Class Bs, most of those are vans, and they have to be everything in it is custom fitted for that interior of the van. For B pluses, which are a little wider, they do build a box and they bolt that box on, but it is much more customized and cut to size than the big boxes that are a Class A. And there's a lot more detail in the smaller RVs, and that's why they cost so much more. And that's good. Nita just followed Jen on Instagram. And
Thank you.
again, Jen started her brand new page today. There it is. So that
I'm
means
trying to
now
remember how many Bo had last week.
Bo was
Had a couple
pushing
hundred
250 or 200.
by the end of the hour.
But yeah, by the end of the hour.
But
But
Bo's cute.
he's cute. Well, you're pretty cute. Somebody just said you look really good. So uh, why did you decide to buy a van instead of doing your own build? Well, this kind of was our own build. this really had everything we wanted on it, the one we have now. Uh, and I wanted something bigger than just a van, than a bee. Um, are you going to Banff, Alberta anytime soon? The plan is yes, in late August. We hope to be there. So not sure how, who knows what all this with this travel, but that is our plan, late August. Uh, you're up to 44 followers now, Jen, says
Awesome.
Nita. So that's good. Kate says it was a bit down. I was a bit down today, but you make me feel less lonely.
Good.
Yeah. Love the fire. Ready to go to Western New York from Florida for family birthday campfires in May. That's great. Let's see. For family birthday campfires in May, God bless you both for caring so much. It is hard for so many people, and so many people are stranded and are alone. And we are social creatures, particularly we RVers. We are used to doing stuff like this in the campfire, or being next to somebody and seeing people. And I think that's one of the reasons we started doing this on Friday night, just for us, even though I feel like we're connected with you because I see all your comments there, and it's really fun. So that's good. Robin checks in from Montana, northern Michigan. They don't want people, she says, in not northern Michigan, northern Minnesota. They don't want people coming to their cabins either. And you know why? I mean, that makes sense, right? Because you got people from the big city where the virus is all over the place, going up into smaller communities that have smaller hospitals that can handle the needs of the community. But when a lot of visitors come up, it overtaxes those, and that's one of the reasons why. It's pretty crazy. Bob says, speaking of Utah, just a cancellation on my reservation for Capitol Reef at the end of May because IR is closed into June. Capitol Reef, though, is one of the few national parks that is still open. I saw, at least this week it was. We noticed while watching your videos you've had about 3 different RVs. You trade regularly to keep a newer RV on the road. Actually, I think we've had 5
Well,
over
we
the
had
years.
the Road Tracks 5,
5 road treks.
and then we had the Wonder.
We just
We just
tested.
drove
That
it
was
for
a
2
test.
weeks. That was fun though. 2 weeks.
My feeling is that we want to have as big of experience in this market with as many different RVs as possible. All of our RVs have been on the Sprinter chassis, and I'm thinking of trying. Frankly, I'm looking at that Ford Transit chassis. And if you trade like a car, if you trade up every year or so, you do take a depreciation hit, but you still can trade fairly reasonably. And I'm looking at it. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. It may, because of the virus, we may have to postpone all of our thoughts. But we try and we've had B's, B pluses, technically a C, and I don't know whether I don't see us ever going to an A. I don't. We like towables. Someday we think maybe it'd be fun. We like Airstreams. You've always liked Airstreams, but I really like the brand that we're with now, the leisure travel vans, and I've got my eye on a perhaps a different upgrade, but I got to talk to the chief financial officer here of the gathering, and we're thinking about it. But we do trade a lot, and that way we feel we've had experience. And we used to get them provided free just because the company Road Trek wanted the coverage, and we were out traveling around. But we decided this time that we would buy one, and so we did. The bank and us own the one that we have now, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do like to. I like to have experience with them all, and there's so many. I like the new technology. I want to be familiar with that when people ask questions. So we'll see what we can come up with. Um, let's go through some other questions if I can look for them. Again, it's important that you write questions on the top because I can't. I I gotta jump through like this one. Leslie Chanteau. I heard snow in Grand Rapids next week. Heading back for some ski hiring with Bo.
Lots of laugh.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Bo would love it.
Yeah, I don't know what ski
But
hiring is, but yeah,
when we go back, we will have to go to our home.
yeah, we
It's not
will.
like we can go camping.
And like our next campfire attendee says, I've had enough of being a prisoner in my home. Uh, Les's wife, Kathy, Jennifer mentioned earlier, had a great saying she posted on Facebook the other day, which was
which I shared a
say
little bit
say it
earlier.
again for the
Okay,
new
I'll say it
people.
again that you feel like you're back in elementary school when you can't go out for recess because a couple of the kids misbehaved.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Dave is in Redford, Michigan, hoping they can camp in Frankenmuth over the Memorial Holiday.
I
Hope
hope
you
you
can
can
too.
too.
Greg and Jen check in, enjoying the campfire and chat. They're in upstate New York. We live in the Tug Hill area and patiently waiting to go RVing. Which organizations do you think are the most effective lobby for RVing interests?
Hmm.
Um, the one group that I would think of this, that I can wholeheartedly recommend is Escapees, the RV Club Escapees. We're members of that, and they're the most active. They seem to be really on top of what most RVers want, and that would be the first group I would recommend that you think about joining. If you do, they have a little "How did you hear about us?" Just check RV Lifestyle. Let them know that that helps them monitor where people are hearing about them. And then I would also recommend the FMCA if you have. They still, although they're open to everybody, they are more. Most of their members are in larger Class A, and they tend to be a little older than the escapees. The escapees also have a subgroup of people who are full timers or very active, and that's the ex-scapers. So you kind of get membership in both of those, and they both do a lot of lobbying and are in really good touch with the industry. But more importantly, the industry pays a lot of attention to them because they are such, their members are such active users and participators in the RV lifestyle. So Escapees is the one that we would like. John DePietro out in New England. Happy Easter, John. Says there's snow near Boston today. We got any extra room in the condo? Yeah, we do, but you can't come in, John.
Yeah, they won't let you in.
Yeah, but we got room. We had virtual room. Come on, everybody, come on. In fact,
Well, I guess you could enter the state, but you're supposed to self quarantine for 2 weeks.
yeah, yeah.
So you can't go out. Can you go outside? I don't know.
No, you're not supposed
I
to.
don't think so.
I mean, you're not supposed to go. Jen, you're up to 53 followers on
All right.
Instagram now. Whoo, you're getting there now. Maybe we can at least break 100 before the end of the night, which is just coming up in a few minutes. Hey, Larry Ellison says his wife made the chicken and biscuits from that recipe on your last live, and it was very delicious.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's such an easy recipe.
We should get her to put that Spencer's chicken up, but maybe you can share that Sunday when we come back on live again. That would be good. Let's see. What's the plan for 2021? Dylan, we don't have one yet. I got to get through 2020. We tend to make our plans in December. Normally, we are on the road pretty much about 3/4 of the time, and we try and come home around to Michigan, our home in Michigan, in late. Usually, we come home for Thanksgiving, and we stay through the holidays, and we use Thanksgiving, Christmas holiday break to catch up on all of our annual doctor appointments, and then we make our plan for the next year. So we don't really think much about 2021 because we've still got to get through 2020. We have a lot of plans. Some of the things that we don't want to postpone, we want to really get them all in. So it's going to be a busy time.
Bo has not been harassing me because of the green screen.
Yeah, Bo is off to the side
He's
now.
right now looking at me like, I don't like this, Mom. I can't get to you.
Yeah. Somebody says, how does that work? Getting your free? Well, it helps when you have hundreds of thousands of people who follow you. It's just like a NASCAR driver, they want on their racetrack, they put their logo on it. And so a lot of companies are, most of the RV influencers out there, not all, but some of the ones that get free RVs. And that's advertising for the company, and they are living the lifestyle, and their followers see the RV in the videos. And so that's a marketing, that's worth a lot for a marketer. That's the way it was for us when we started. We bought a used.
I think we were one of the first three.
Yeah.
That started doing this.
And this was, we're on starting our ninth year now. And when we started, we got a used one. We bought a used one. And they said,
we don't want you driving.
We don't want you driving a used one. We want you in a new one.
You're kind of embarrassing us.
I said, well, I could barely afford the used one. And so we traded the used one in and got exactly what we wanted. And then in turn, they, as an advertiser, we were provided an RV. And
To
we've told everybody about
test
this for
out
years.
new RV, new things that they had.
And that's kind of the model. I mean, some of the companies provide them free to top influencers, who have hundreds of thousands of followers or lots of followers. Some of them will give them a discount. Some of them do all sorts of stuff like that. But it's just like advertising. And in our case, we wanted to buy the one we have now, so that it is ours. It doesn't owned by anybody else, and that's a decision we made. And frankly, because we've been in doing this is a business for us. This is not our hobby. We do this for business. I work 60 hours doing this stuff a week. You're about the same now, especially now with your new Instagram account. You got to really get busy, girl. Um, so this is how we earn our money. There's 4 or 5 people now who work for us, and um, yeah, but we wanted to buy it, and we've been doing this long enough that we can through advertising. And if you listen to the podcast, we have
If I
a
can
number of
say that
advertisers.
you are a journalist,
Yeah,
a retired journalist, and it is impossible for you not to tell the story. So if you're going to be telling the story, we had to figure out how to support our hobby.
yep, yep. So that's pretty good. So while it started off as a hobby, it's become a
It's
business,
become a
and
business.
our only rule is as long as we're having fun, we'll do it, and as long as no one is telling us what they want us to say, um, we don't have any editorial guidance from anybody. We do what we want to do and say what we want to
Anyone
do.
who knows you knows that you don't
I'm
have
not
any.
I'm not a good team player. Yeah. So it's pretty good. So there we go. We're about done. We're almost done with the campfire. We're gonna have to cover that up, really put it out well. Always put your campfires out well. Just a couple things of what's ahead. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., we will release our video of the week, and it's just I'm still not doing travel videos. I'm still not doing. I don't want everybody to go out and be traveling across the country and thinking that they should go out and do stuff. So even though we've got a bunch of videos about travel that we shot before this lockdown, I'm holding off at least another week before I start releasing those. So we shot one here that was our kind of our life RV lifestyle, trying to live it out here in lockdown, what it's like, and we had a little fun with it. So watch that. That'll be out at about 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's hard to believe.
I'll get to it then. Now I have to tell you that when she points to it.
And jar the table and shake everything.
Yep. Starting Monday, Osceola County is requiring all folks, I don't know where, I think that's in New York, all folks wear face mask, uh, anything covering your mouth, nose when in public, $500 fine or 1 year in jail if caught without. Well, there you go. So we'll have to see what that is all about and go from there. So, gosh, I'm sorry I got interrupted by somebody who rudely sent me a text and broke up the screen. Um, so there you go. That's kind of what we've got. Tomorrow is that video, and then Sunday 7 o'clock we're back here live, and we'll be doing a video live stream. Ask us anything. Monday is our newsletter, and in that newsletter Monday, I will put all of the details out about that Super B RV show. They're going to do a virtual Super B RV show for small motorhomes. And then we're back in the regular schedule again with the podcast on Wednesday, and back here with another virtual campfire on next Friday. So we hope you guys are safe, and thank you for checking in. And it was really fun to have everybody with us and just kind of hanging out. Remember, Jennifer's Instagram account is right there, and Bo is pretty hurt now that he didn't get top billing. So we'll give Bo top billing. Bo's Instagram is right there at Bo the RV Elkown, and I'll give you mine too. It's right there. So that's how you can follow us and what we're up to. We've all produced numerous photos a day. Bo, we gotta tell him that he can't do just squirrel hunting pictures, but that's what he thinks all of his followers want to see. And but you
Oh,
gotta check him out.
I don't know if we should say or not what he did today when he took off after a squirrel.
Sure.
And some of the locals were all calling him by name.
Yeah, yeah. Park we go to has a lot of homeless people in it, and we've actually gotten to know most of them, and they're pretty nice folks. And They know Bo by name, so when Bo went off after a squirrel, we heard all these people go, "Bo, Bo, get back here!" And it was all the homeless folks taking care of them. So that's pretty good. All right, listen. We hope you have a happy Easter, and we just want to cheer you up and have you understand that this will end. Um, the best thing we can all do is what we have been doing: staying put, not going out with friends, not going out with family. Even though it's Easter, don't do that. Stay home, stay alone. Let's get through this. We're told that it will come to an end, that curve is about ready to start going down. That's going to be good news. Our summer plans, we're going to have them. We're going to be out there. We are going to be doing this again. But the sooner that will happen depends on how well we all stay safe. So I don't want to lecture anybody. I don't mean to be sounding like that at all, but we are in all of this together. Follow Jen on Instagram. She would appreciate it. And we'll see you back here Sunday night, 7 o'clock for another live stream. And the new video, the release coming out tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you've not a subscriber, go right here on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and then look for a little bell icon. And when you click that bell icon, it will tell you when we have a new video up or when we're going live, and you will be reminded. Happy Easter, everybody. We can't wait to be back with you again.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.